Well, hello, friends. It's Ty Frederick and Bowie from Broken Road Ranch, all about the good of the horse for the glory of God. Coming to you today in the fourth part of our Fruit of the Spirit series, patience. Boy, this is a big one. And you know what? It's really near and dear to me and to my heart because this exact subject was the very thing that God used to change the way that I thought completely about training horses. See, God gave me a series of horses from all different backgrounds, and all different places, all different breedings, all different kinds of deals. And the only thing they had in common, two things, me and the fact that every last one of those horses, good boy, was impatient. And the dim bulb on the dash of my heart one day lit up and said, hey, guess what? You can't be in a hurry to teach horses to be patient. You can't be an impatient person and make patient horses. Uh-oh. I realized, ding, all of a sudden I realized, there's no separation, there's no dichotomy here between biblical principles and horse training. Oh, no. The creator of the horse is the one who best knows how to train the horse. And those principles, those biblical principles that he instills in us are things against such there is no law in horse training. They're good things. And this horse is perfect for teaching us about patience because number one, he is so impatient. And number two, in his impatience, he feels perfectly justified to do things like get in your space or lip at you or bite or things like that. He feels perfectly justified to express his impatience to you and his desire to not have to wait for you. Now remember, we talked about this whole thing started with love, joy, and peace. Love, the radical commitment to the good, there you go, of another. And joy, remember, the unshakable confidence in the goodness of God. And then out of those two things comes peace, the willingness to submit our will to a loving, joy-giving God. And out of that love, joy, and peace, those three relational bedrocks or relational foundation stones, if you will, then we can have patience because we realize that we are not waiting on the situation to get perfect, or we're not waiting, good boy, on that person to do perfect and to come around. What we're waiting on is our absolutely loving, joy-giving, awesome God and Father. There you go. Nope. There you go. To move in our life and bring about his will, at which point we get to have awesome peace. Psalm 37, verses 7 through 9, gives us a really great rundown of this very thing. And it says, rest in the Lord, wait patiently for him. Rest and wait in him and for him. Ultimately, the thing that's driving us crazy isn't about the thing that's driving us crazy. It's about us wanting to be in control. But if we rest in him and wait for him, we know he's good. We know he has absolute control. We know he has absolute authority. And we can be patient and wait for that good, awesome God to bring about what he wants to bring about. It goes on. So rest in the Lord, wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of him who prospers in his way, because of him who brings wicked schemes to pass. Excuse me. Don't worry. Don't worry that somebody else is getting what you want faster than you. Don't worry. Because ultimately, if you believe your God is good, then trust him with the timing. Don't push, don't force, don't anything else. Trust him. So don't fret. Rest in him. Wait in him. Don't fret. Then it goes on. It says, cease from anger and forsake wrath. That's how impatience comes out, isn't it? It comes out, I want what I want, and I want it right now, and if I can't have it, it's going to make me upset. So that thought of anger and those actions of wrath express our impatience, which ultimately express our unwillingness, good boy, to believe that God is good and that His timing is right. And then it goes on some more. It gets even better. Then it says, do not fret, it only causes harm. Okay, it circles back. It reminds us, quit worrying. Trust God, rest in Him, wait on Him. And then it finishes off with changing our perspective from this thing right here in front of us out to eternity. And it says, evildoers will be cut off, but those who wait on the Lord, they will inherit the earth. Eternal perspective. Waiting on God, resting in His timing. Whoops, my rope slipped. Oh, stop it. Oh, I know. Mr. Impatient. There we go. Resting and waiting, eternal perspective, putting away fear, putting away wrath and anger. Be patient. Oh, you're all right. I know, my rope slipped again, didn't it? This is a horse that's unwilling, good, to rest. This is a horse that's constantly trying to keep himself entertained. Anybody else, anybody recognize that in their own life? Our constant desire to be forever and eternally entertained now. Anybody else recognize that? I sure do. Lamentations chapter 3, verses 25 and 26, it tells us, the Lord is good. Remember, we've talked about this a lot. The Lord is good. God is good. That is the very foundation of our life. The very foundation of these fruits of the Spirit is the idea that God is good. But the Lord is good to those who wait for Him. And it is good that one should hope and wait patiently for the salvation of the Lord. Did you catch that? Our waiting and our hoping is patiently in the salvation of our awesome, loving, good, perfectly timed God. How awesome is that? We don't have to scratch and claw and fight and worry or paw in the case of this particular horse. We can rest and hope, knowing both that His timing now in this, whatever this thing is that's eating us up, but we have to rest and wait, knowing that God is good and that it is good to wait on Him. Hebrews 10:34. This is verse 34, into verse 34, and then verse 36. It says, knowing that you have a better and enduring possession for yourselves in heaven, you have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive the promise. Eternal perspective, my friends. Eternal perspective is what gives us endurance, resting and waiting in God, knowing that from Him we will receive good both now in the perfect time and in eternity forever. We will receive His goodness. What good news is this? What kind of patient people should we be known as? What an awesome and what a good God that we serve, that gives Himself as the place of goodness and rest through relationship with Him, through the security that He offers. He gives Himself as our rest, as our place of peace, and He gives us promise for eternal good and eternal salvation in Him if we just simply wait and rest in Him. How good is that? I'd like to finish with just kind of recapping. I'm just gonna give you a little phrase from each of those verses that we shared today, and it comes together to make this theme by which you and I hopefully can live in patience as we wait for the day of eternal and full salvation from our good and awesome God. And it's this: rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him, because the Lord is good to those who wait for him, knowing that they have an eternal and enduring possession for themselves in heaven. My friend, be at peace, be patient, take the awesome promises of our God, take his goodness, his love, his eternal promises to you, turn those things outside and reflect those awesome things from your Creator to your friends, your family, and your horses. God bless you, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.